Oh, yes. We're number one. The only undefeated team in the AFC North.
The Kings
That's right.
of the AFC North.
That's right. And of course, you guys know I know everything there is about being a king. Welcome to Pick Six, where we cover six teams in the NFL, that being the Raiders, the Cowboys, the Niners, the Packers, the Rams, and of course, our number one spot in the AFC North, Steelers. Eric,
What's going on?
the Steelers are hot, but the weather cooled down, man.
About time. For those of you who aren't in SoCal, it was pretty bad. It was pretty bad.
I almost had to throw on a jacket this morning. It was like 78 degrees. I was like,
felt good.
damn, that's cold.
It felt good.
Being, all this 113 degrees and everything. Oh, man. But here we are. Victory is sweet. But now we go to week 2. So let's do that.
All right. And the first game we got is the San Francisco 49ers walking into Minnesota to play the Vikings. Both teams coming off wins, and both teams beating teams from New York / Jersey. All right. The Niners beating the Jets on Monday night, and the Vikings absolutely destroying the New York Football Giants, which is that really a great thing? I don't know. I'll leave that up to you. How does that factor in with your pick this week?
Man, it's going to be rough for the New Yorkers, man, for the New Jerseyers. I like what I saw from the Niners, man. I did. I like what I saw from the 49ers. I think I think they take that division. I do. I know it's week 1 and we still got a long season ahead of us. And there could be some injuries, so definitely got to take that into account. But I like what I saw from the Niners, man. I think they're definitely a force to be reckoned with. I like the way they were playing. And they were definitely playing the better New York team. New York / New Jersey team. They were definitely playing the better team of New Jersey / New York. So the Vikes, it's kind of hard to measure them. Okay, so they get a win against the Giants. What does that mean? I don't really know. But they did what they had to do. Right? So it's not like you could just, wow, they're supposed to be them. Yeah, what they did, and they did in pretty good fashion. So it's like, all right, that's got to count for something.
They played the team that was in front of them.
There you go, man. But so did the Niners. And the Niners look damn dangerous, man.
The Vikings look dangerous, but I mean, you're going up against the Giants are there with the worst team in the NFL. I don't know who's worse. It's either the Panthers or the Giants. And for those of you who don't know, those two teams will be facing each other in Germany this season.
It's going to be a game to watch. I'm not lying. That's going to be a game to watch. I'm going to watch that game. By the way, you Panther mofos, by the way, I picked the Saints to go win this year. And they put it on you guys. Wow, they put it on you. Way to make me look bad. I'll never put faith in you guys again.
Wow. But, yeah, I mean, the Niners should take this win. I know last year the Vikings did beat the Niners. For those of you who don't remember, it was kind of forgettable because the Vikings really didn't do anything with it. I mean, all the Vikings really have is Justin Jefferson. And the Niners, they got McCaffrey. I don't know if he's coming back. He should probably be coming back. They didn't have him last week, but they still look damn good. Purdy's still there. Kittle. I mean, they have the star power to do it. They should win this game. And they should go 2-0.
Yeah.
No,
yeah. Yeah, they should. Even if it's in Minnesota, that doesn't.
Nah. Yeah, I mean, Minnesota, I guess in the playoffs is a bit of a hard place to play, but they're not really known for that 12th man-ish type feel, you know. So no, I'm not trying to bash Minnesota or the fan base or anything like that. All right, I'm just telling it like it is.
He's really been impressed with the Lion fans, Minnesota. Same division. Okay. I sense some hatred over here.
All right, next we have the New Orleans Saints going into Arlington to play the Cowboys. The Saints are 1-0, coming off of a big win against the Panthers. And the Cowboys are 1-0, coming off of a big win, a blowout win against Cleveland. Thank you very much, Arlington Cowboys. All right, what do you got on this one, man?
The Saints scored so much points. There are college kids that can't count that high.
It was a lot.
You had high school and college kids, going all over social media. Hey, what is this number? We can't count that high. Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. I mean, what a way for the Saints to say, because they do watch Pick Six, and what a way for the Saints to just kind of stick it to me. You know what I mean? Like saying like, oh, that, you know what? You're welcome, Saints. I motivated them, man.
You might have.
I motivated them, So you know what? Now on the flip side of the coin, I actually feel good because I motivated them. I lit the fire under them to boom, not only win, but good gosh, they exploded that scoreboard. Cowboys, man. Cowboys now with the highest paid football player of all time. Is he worth it? Is he really worth it, Cowboy friends?
Let us know. Just
let us know.
Be real, Cowboy fans, okay? Be real.
And it came down just like right then and there.
Yeah. It did happen on Sunday.
Yeah, it seemed like the news broke as he was running onto the field. As he was getting the first snap, like the news broke.
Yeah, it was.
Where's this? Oh, it's in
Arlington.
Okay. Maybe the Saints aren't that bad, man. It'd actually be pretty cool if the Saints win. Honestly, no shot to the Cowboys. Man, but I can't see them winning though, man. I can't. I think the Cowboys go 2-0 right here. I just know, I don't know why, but now I'm just like so rooting for the Saints, man, but I gotta go Cowboys, man. I gotta go with them boys.
Yeah, I mean, both teams are coming off, I guess you could say, impressive wins. I mean, I don't think anybody expected the Saints to dominate the Panthers like they did. But nobody's expecting anything from the Saints either. All right, Cowboys, they beat a pretty good Browns team. Now, are the Browns a great team? I think Deshaun Watson's kind of holding that team back. But
wow,
nonetheless, their Browns are still a good team. The Cowboys just blowing them out is a heck of a lot more impressive. And it's regular season Dak Prescott. It's regular season Cowboys that we're talking about here. So I do think the regular season Cowboys will beat the New Orleans Saints.
That's a good point. Regular season Cowboys, they're actually a pretty damn good team. So, I mean, it's the playoffs where it's like they can't. It's impressive if they get one playoff win, just being real. But now you paid, man. You guys came out of your pockets and threw all your pesos over there to Dak. So, I mean, I don't think he's the best quarterback out there, but I think he could work with Dak. But like you said, he's been in the league for a while.
Yeah, I mean, I also did say, who else are you going to go get right now? I mean, they do have him for a few more years now. But, I mean, who else are you going to get? Trey Lance didn't look good at all in the preseason. Dak might still just give you the best chance to win, which how good of a chance that is, you guys could let me.
You trade him for Deshaun Watson. Hey, you're not doing good in Cleveland? Come down here.
That might actually be an interesting that might have been an interesting trade.
You said he's holding back the Browns.
Yeah. He hasn't been the same Deshaun Watson since leaving Houston. And that's true. I mean, the Browns looked better with Joe Flacco last year.
Ooh.
Did they not?
Ooh, yeah. Yeah, they did.
All right.
He hasn't been the same since he got out of that massage parlor.
Exactly. And, he's dealing with even more legal stuff. So that we won't get into because, that's not our profession here. But next, we have the Indianapolis Colts walking into Lambeau to play the Packers. The Colts and the Packers are coming off of a loss. The Colts losing to the Texans, barely losing to the Texans, and the Packers losing to the Eagles. But of course, the big storyline is no love for the Packers. Packers get no love this week and for about 4 to 6 more weeks, which is actually best case scenario for the Packers. It was a season-ending scare, but only 4 to 6 weeks. Should be back week 7, week 8. So how do you see this one going?
Yeah, a lot of people were thinking like, hey, that's the season right there. And, it didn't turn out to be as bad. You cannot blame that loss because on the injury to Love because that was at the end of the game. The game was already pretty much over for the most part. The Colts, playing the Texans. The Texans are, I mean, they're they're a tough team, man. Those Texans, man, they're something else. I'm gonna go with the Colts. I am, man. I'm gonna go with the Colts. They do have the whole week to train, get it ready. The Packers do without Jordan Love, so you could give them that. It's not like he got injured today or yesterday, and it's like, oh man, now we got to throw him in, because he got injured in training or whatever. So they do have the whole week. The Colts don't look too bad. I don't think they're too good either. But this in Lambeau.
In Lambeau, the Packers home opener.
Ooh, that place is to be rocking and rolling. But it's September. The weather's not kicking in, so I go Colts.
Yeah, had this game been in December, I mean, a dome playing team, Colts in Lambeau, that's a bit of a different story. But Packers going in with the backup quarterback, Malik Willis. Hasn't really shown anything in the NFL level yet. And, at first I was still somewhat skeptical with Jordan Love. Honestly, after what I saw on Friday, I actually like what I saw from Love. I thought he had a pretty solid game. Not the greatest game, but pretty solid. And for that, I mean, the Colts, I did say in one of the videos I made, if there is a team to challenge the Texans in that division, it's the Colts. And they weren't too far off with the Texans last week. All right. They made the Texans earn that win.
Wow. No faith in the Tennessee Titans or the Jaguars in that division?
Jaguars are too inconsistent. I mean, Tennessee, what are we talking about? But, yeah, I'm going to go Colts here. I'm going to go Colts. I don't know what I'm getting out of the Malik Willis in this game.
And by the way, this is going to be their quarterback for about 3 to 4 weeks. So they got time, they got time. It's not like, hey, you're just building them for a week. No, they need to treat him like he is their quarterback long term, because you got a few weeks, man. You're going to go quite a few games with Malik as your quarterback. So
do you think they should go shopping for a quarterback like Ryan Tannehill? I know that was speculation because a lot of people were thinking that Love was out for the season. Do you think they should still do that? Because 4 to 6 games, I mean, that gets still determined towards the end of the year. If you lose 6 straight or 5 straight, that's a big deal.
Yeah, it is. I guess this week will answer a lot of questions. If they see that there's going to be a lot of struggling, yeah, because that is a lot. If you lose 4 games even, that can cost you the season. If you lose 5 games, that can cost you the season. So I guess this game would be the measuring stick to say, okay, do we keep rolling with this, or do we make a QB change here? Do we go out after somebody, because we got a few weeks here to think about? So we don't want to end our season like this in the beginning of the season.
Yeah, I think they're taking that into consideration, but they also want to see what Willis has to offer. So it makes sense. I'm not going to bash the Packers on that. Next, we have the Las Vegas Raiders walking into Baltimore to play the Ravens. Both teams coming off of a loss. The Raiders coming off of a loss against the Chargers. Or did I say the Ravens? I meant the Raiders. And the Ravens are 0-1 coming off of a loss against the Chiefs. And I'll say it first. Last week, I was wrong. I was wrong. He was right. All right. Enough said. Chargers proved me wrong last week. Enough of that.
Okay. Where's this game at?
It's in Baltimore.
I know it's going to sound like I'm hating on the Raiders. I just don't see how they win this game. That's 2 back-to-back weeks that I go against the Raiders. I'm not hating on the Raiders. I'm not, man. Man, I just don't see how the Ravens drop this game after, good gosh, what a game, man. What a game to open the season with Baltimore and the Chiefs. Son of a bastard. If maybe you had smaller feet, and had a little smaller shoe size, we'd have a different game, right? Maybe the Ravens would have won. What a game. I just I don't think they have it's their home opener, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I gotta go Ravens, man. Remember, I'm a Steelers fan, Holmes. I don't get any type of gratification, man, and saying, oh yeah, Baltimore's gonna win. No, heck no, dog. Raiders, go out there and whoop them. If I had to bet money on it though, I gotta go Baltimore.
Yeah, it's kind of hard for the Raiders to win when you don't have a legitimate quarterback, man. That's the facts. They don't have a bad team. They don't have a terrible team, but I mean, come on, the quarterback position is not the best. And we saw that already last week against the Chargers. Now they're going up against the Ravens, top team in the AFC. Yeah, I think not only do I think the Ravens win, I think they put a number on the Raiders and make a statement win.
Damn.
I don't. You can't beat the top teams when you don't have it at the quarterback position. That's just what it is, man.
Damn, the Raiders get their hearts ripped out this Sunday is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm going to have a little more compassion. And I'm going to say, you guys are going to be the little engine that could, but just couldn't.
Not only do the Ravens do that, they show no mercy, too.
Wearing no sleeves.
Yeah, I think that game's going to be ugly. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Raider fans. I'm sorry. But you know what? I was pretty low on the Chargers last week, and I was wrong. So maybe I'm wrong again this week. You Raider fans better hope that I'm wrong once again.
Man, that would be if they lose again. They lost to both Harbaughs.
Oh yeah!
Wow,
back-to-back weeks too. All right, next we have a divisional matchup in the NFC West. The Los Angeles Rams walking into Arizona to the Toaster to play the Arizona Cardinals. The Rams are 0-1 coming off of a loss against Detroit. And the Cardinals are 0-1 coming off a loss against Buffalo. Both teams coming off of losses against pretty good teams. So I'm not going to, say that they're both bad just because they're 0-1. How do you see this one?
Hey, that stadium out there in Arizona, yeah, it's like this big, shiny, huge spaceship. Inside, it's actually pretty cool, man. It's actually pretty badass. We've been in there to watch the Steelers in there. Yeah, divisional rival here. The Cardinals, I don't know, man. They're one of those teams that I always kind of get forgotten about. Um, I don't know too much about the Cardinals. I don't, man. It's only week one. I didn't get a chance to check them out or see who did they play against?
Buffalo, and it's not like they got blown out. It was a
Okay.
close game.
No, Buffalo's a good team. Buffalo's definitely a good team. I'm just gonna go with Rams just simply because I have more knowledge of Rams. I didn't get a chance to check out the Cardinals, and I know the Rams are a pretty good, pretty good decent team. After week one, I think the Niners take that division, but I think the Rams are going to be somewhere right there, man, in that division. It's going to be between both teams. So, but I'm going to go Rams on this one. I think they go into Arizona and come up with the victory.
Yeah, I could see this going either way. I really can. And I kind of want to make things interesting because we've gone with the same teams so far this week. I'm going to go Cardinals. I'm going to go Cardinals. They're at home, all right? That's their home opener. They look pretty good against Buffalo. Am I saying that Buffalo's still that same team of old? No. But you know what? I think people are sleeping on the Cardinals a little bit. And I think they're better than what people are saying they are. I got the Cardinals here. And I do think they could potentially make some noise in the NFC. Not the division. Maybe sneak into the wild card. So I'm going Cardinals.
Oh, okay. They could spread their wings and fly in there.
I'm rolling the dice here, Cardinals, all right? So
Okay.
you guys don't let me down this time.
All right, man. Shout outs to our neighboring state of Arizona. Okay. And by the way, for all you guys that are not from the western part of the United States, where all your states are like super duper close, we don't have that relationship in states on this side of the country. It's hours of driving to get to your neighboring state. So,
all right. Last but not least, we have the Pittsburgh Steelers walking into the Mile High into Denver to play the Broncos. The Steelers are 1-0 coming off of a win against Atlanta, and the Broncos are 0-1 coming off of a loss against Seattle. All right. Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it. Okay. Offense, you suck. I think Najee Harris is good. I think he is the key in that offense. All right. I think he's the one. He's probably the only one that can do anything. Defense is good. I like what I saw from the defense. Good gosh, the savior of the Steelers, Chris Boswell. Is there anything this guy can't do? He can make all the field goals and he can punt. He can punt. He can punt the ball. I think this guy could probably even be quarterback. I mean, come on, man. This guy is doing it all. He's doing it all. Next, he might be there next to TJ Watt, gain a sack. This guy can do it all, man. I want me a Chris Boswell jersey.
I was going to say the same thing.
Yeah.
You know what? I think we're at a point to where at some point the Steelers might retire Chris Boswell's number. I think it's coming to that point.
Why not?
There's been time and time again where he's just bailed out the offense, put up points. This is his third time getting 6 field goals in a game. Third time in his career. One of them was in a playoff game against the Chiefs. And that was all the Steelers scored in a playoff game.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so him and TJ Watt have single-handedly carried the Steelers for years. All right? Without those two players, that Mike Tomlin whole never had a losing season, that doesn't exist, man.
Yeah. I'm so sick of hearing that.
Yeah.
Like, I'm so tired of hearing, like, hey, he's never had a losing season. Yeah. And what, man? Like, I don't know what you're trying. Okay, so we won more games than we've lost in the regular season. I get it. I understand. There's other teams that to them, that's a big wow. Okay. But this is the Steelers, Holmes. This is the Pittsburgh Steelers, the real America's team, by the way. This is the Pittsburgh Steelers. Okay. That stuff does not fly. We're out to win championships. Okay. There's your champ talking here. We're out to win championships. So I'm so tired and sick of hearing that. Okay, look, good for him. Okay, I'm not gonna bash him, but good for him. But look, man, it's not good enough. It may be good enough if you go with I don't know, the Tennessee Titans,
Carolina Panthers.
the Carolina Panthers. It may be good. You guys know what we're talking about. It may be good for those teams, for that franchise, but it's not good enough for the Steelers. So, what do you think about the offense?
I didn't think they looked bad. Here's my thing. They're on the Falcons side of the field. It's second, third down, and they get false start, holding penalties. Those penalties, they were shooting themselves in the foot that game. All right? They were moving down the field a good portion of those drives, and their best drive of the game, they wound up with no points. No points. Boswell actually could have had 7 field goals in one game. Just throwing that out there as well. But I didn't hate what I saw from Justin Fields. Did he look great? No. Did he make any mistakes? No. He played a very clean game. I mean, he looked better than Kenny Pickett and Mitch Trubisky out there.
Okay. What about the snaps?
Yeah.
He couldn't get the snaps.
That was one time. That was the first play of the game.
He fumbled the snaps. It's like,
okay, and we're gonna make it seem like we've seen great quarterback performances within the past few years.
No. But I just maybe the moment was just a little too big for the kid. Maybe so.
And he didn't even know he was starting until a day before?
His last name is Fields. He belongs on the field. Okay, so it needs to be in his DNA. All right, I'm not giving this guy a pass. I'm going to be fair about it. And I know when I was calling the game on Sunday, I was pretty pissed. And I was like, I've seen enough. Am I going to take that back? No, but I'm not riding with that 100%. I do want to see what Russell Wilson has to offer. I will say that. I do want to see if we keep on seeing performances like this, right? How you're saying, like he didn't make a lot of mistakes, right? But they weren't scoring. I do want to see what Russell Wilson has to offer. And by the way, I said this too. Start utilizing our tight end, Freiermuth. Start utilizing him, man. Like you got a big dude right there. Start using him. 5, 6, 7, 8-yard gains. Start using him. Snap the ball. You don't have to hold on to the ball for 3-4 seconds to find somebody down the field. Hey, snap the ball. He's there. Nice little slam. Bam, man. Shoot it to him. I want to start utilizing Freiermuth a lot more, man.
Yeah, and I think it still stands that probably the best 2 players on offense are still Najee Harris and George Pickens. Freiermuth might be number 3. Freiermuth probably is number 3. I mean, when he's utilized, he picks up yardage and catches and all that good stuff. He could possibly be a top 10, top 5 tight end in the league if you utilize him well.
Right. If they use him.
Right. For this game, Denver, the Steelers kind of struggle in Denver. I don't know if I'm catching on to that, but they don't play too well over there. I don't know if I'm just seeing that, but in recent memory, they haven't really had much success there.
It's the shortness of breath, man. It's mile high. They're not used to, the air being that light. By the way, does Russell Wilson get heckled over there?
He might not even play.
No, I know, but he's going to be on the sidelines. Do they start throwing cups at him or something?
There might be a little something. I don't know. Okay. But do you think there's a difference if Justin Fields starts or if Russell Wilson starts? Does it make a difference? I'll ask you that.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it makes a difference. I look, like I said, unless Fields really starts balling out, right? I mean, if he starts looking great, if he starts looking like a Mason Rudolph was looking last year, if he starts looking like that, then leave it alone. But if he's just playing like so okay, like okay, a couple good plays, a couple bad plays, then I would say when Russell Wilson's ready to rock and roll, I throw him in there for a game or two. I want to see what he has to offer.
It's fair enough. But I also think we're at a point where it's not like we have a Big Ben Roethlisberger that's hurt. All right. We like you said, we don't know what Russell Wilson has to offer. We don't know if he's good or not.
They got him for a reason.
Yeah, because Kenny Pickett wasn't doing the job.
Right. Well, what I'm saying is they got him for a reason. They didn't get him just so he could stay on the sidelines. You got to give the guy a game or two, don't you? Unless Fields is balling out.
I didn't hate what I saw from Fields. Okay, I'm not against them just completely going with Fields, and I'm not against them going with Russell Wilson because I am interested in seeing Russell Wilson. But I mean, if you want Justin Fields to potentially be your franchise guy, I don't know, man. That's where I'm kind of torn on right here. I don't know what to do if I'm Tom. I might need a if Wilson's just a little bit better than Fields. I don't know if I'm going with Wilson.
Okay, you said that you didn't hate what you saw from Fields. Right?
I didn't.
Okay, but did you like what you saw from Fields?
He did good enough. He didn't do great. He did good enough. And that's exactly what I said a Steelers quarterback right now needs to do. He did good enough. Didn't look great. All right. Score didn't look good, clearly. But you also got to say, they could have put up more points if the offense didn't get these penalties all over the place, too.
He did good enough to put Boswell in scoring position?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, look,
All right,
I'm not
okay,
praising them
okay,
completely.
all right.
I'm not praising them completely. 6 field goals, 18 points, going up against the Kansas City Chiefs. That ain't going to beat the Chiefs. Unless the defense balls out like they did against the Falcons. But not out of 10 times, that's not going to be the top team.
All right, so who wins this game?
It should be the Steelers. It should be. I mean, I don't care if it's Russell Wilson. I don't care if it's Justin Fields. Steelers should get this one. Defense looked really good last week. The Falcons were a really hyped team this offseason. I would like to think they have a better offense than the Broncos do. So it should be another win for the Steelers. And this is the time of the season where the Steelers need to take advantage of their schedule. So they have to win this.
This is in Denver?
It's in Denver. It's in the Mile High.
You just said they struggled over there.
In recent memory, they have.
Yeah. I'm going to go Steelers as well, obviously, man, because I'm a Steeler fan. But if I were not a Steeler fan, I still don't think it's a bad bet. Betting on the Steelers, I mean, what the heck are the Broncos doing? You know, so yeah, I still don't think it's a bad bet. So let's see what Fields has to offer. That's a little bit more what I'm interested in. Like, yes, of course, win the game. You know, every win counts. But like you said, you brought up the Kansas City Chiefs. Okay, we're all AFC, man. So you're gonna have to not just barely win against some of these teams where it's like, all right, we got another win. We're on our way. You know, like, no, you got to be able to play some great football. Win, definitely, but you got to be able to build and start, you know, gaining some ground on how competitive you can be.
Yeah. I mean, I do think there's a bit of hope with Justin Fields. Am I completely sold on him being potentially the franchise guy? I got to see a little bit more, but I think there's some optimism there. You know, like I said, one of these guys has to work out. That's how I feel about this. That's how I see it. One of these guys has to work out. You know?
Well, like I said, you got to throw in Russell Wilson at some point for whatever reason, man. I think you need to be sure that you got your best quarterback out there. And I'm not saying Russell Wilson is great, but you got him. You got to throw him out there at one point, man, a game or two, something, because you just got to be able to make your decision. Like, okay, you know what? We're going to get the best out of the two because now we know what we got.
And maybe that's why they're waiting until he's 100% so they could kind of give, a little bit more of a better intake on what he can offer, because if you're at 70%, yeah, you're good, but you're not going to be the best out there. So maybe that's why they're waiting until he's 100%.
That's why Justin Fields would be like, hey, put him out there now. I'm not ready to go. I got a little bit of shoulder injury. So he's out there struggling with his calf and saying like, hey, you know what? My shoulder's good to go. I'm ready to go, coach. Put me in. And now everything gets swiped under the rug. The fact that he was injured out there with a calf injury and said, yeah, look how I'm much better than this dude, man.
Hey, man, we'll see. I mean, it's an intriguing story. I know it'd be a big deal if Russell Wilson goes back to Denver, plays the Broncos, but I don't really care about the storyline. Steelers just win.
Yeah, I don't care about that storyline. Yeah, I know I brought it up, but yeah, I don't think that story's that sexy. But it could be if they start throwing Gatorade bottles at them. But all right, that is our picks for week numero dos. What are your picks? Go Steelers.
Go Steelers.
Ciao.